If you want to have your own business so you can travel, be in control of your own life, and take care of your loved ones, I'm just going to be honest with you. Your online business is going to have to make closer to 7 figures than 6 to be able to do all that. Seriously, let's do the math. Let's say your business makes 10K a month. Even if we're generous and assume a 60% profit margin, that's $6,000 a month after expenses. But there's also taxes. Let's say after that, you have $3,500 a month. Is that enough for you to have your dream life and take care of your family? In a lot of places in the US, that's just cost of living. I'm not saying this to discourage you. Actually, exactly the opposite. It has never been more possible to build your own 7-figure business from your computer using just your skills and experience.
Make that decision, go out there and take some action.
I made my first million at 26. I've been running a 7-figure online business for the past near decade, and I've helped thousands of people build their own profitable online business. I believe if you are willing to put in the work, you can absolutely build a massively profitable online business. And anyone who is feeling that pull owes it to themselves and their loved ones to make it happen, because it will change your life in ways beyond your biggest dreams. We're gonna go over the steps you'll need to take to get your dream business in life. And you might be tempted to jump right into the tactics. But that's actually what most people get wrong. One of my past clients had every advantage you can think of. She had a high 6-figure job, so lots of income to invest in her business, a very high demand skill, and lots of natural charisma, so people just loved her. Because of that, she got her first few clients very easily. But she couldn't get past that point. She'd start doubting that she could keep on getting more clients. And then she'd start getting in her head about what's the point? And she spent more time going down that rabbit hole of not believing that she could make it happen than actually doing what she needed to do to build her business. And she just couldn't pull herself out of it. That's why she is still in her job when others with way fewer advantages were able to break free. If you do not first believe that you can succeed, the best tactics in the world will not matter. I get it. I was in a similar place for so long. Growing up, I didn't know a single entrepreneur. In my family, if you made $60,000 a year from a job, you counted your lucky stars. But after I spent almost 3 years making almost no progress on my business because I kept on losing hope and giving up, I knew I had to build my belief first. So I literally found as many people as I could who had done what I wanted to do. These days, it's so easy to find those examples, but 10 years ago, there were a lot fewer. But I stalked the people I could find. I read their stories, I obsessively checked their updates, and I bought from them. Basically, I put myself into their world to normalize what they had done. Until one day I started thinking, hey, if they were able to do it, maybe I can do it too. Once I started thinking of leaving your job and having your own business as not that pie in the sky, that's when the strategies and tactics finally started landing. That's when you start getting that proof little by little that, OMG, it's actually happening. But of course, I will never tell you to just manifest anything. You gotta have a tangible and good offer. You cannot have a business without it. I struggled for years with that, especially since I was afraid I didn't have anything worth offering. So I looked at what other people were doing, and I realized people are making a lot of money with one of the skills I do have, Microsoft Excel. I knew all the shortcuts, macros, and I'd mastered the pride of nerds everywhere, being able to navigate Microsoft Excel without a mouse. So I decided to start a blog sharing my best tips. But there was one big problem. It took me over a month to write one blog post. I kept on putting it off day after day after day. I spent countless hours at my job working on Microsoft Excel, and I realized I did not want to spend more time outside of work talking about it. That's when I realized you don't need passion, but you do need interest in what you're doing because you are going to be spending a lot of time on it. What's more, I'm going to be straight with you. You're going to have a lot more success when what you're offering can help people with their money, love, or health/happiness. Think about how your offer relates to at least one of these, even if it's indirectly. Like with Microsoft Excel, I was talking to people who knew that they could get a raise and take on more responsibility at work if they could improve their Excel skills. Most people in their mid-20s and beyond have at least one skill that fits their criteria. But if you really don't have any skills that fit, get them first. Whether it's getting a job, working for free, or practicing on yourself, it doesn't even have to take that long. But you have to have something of value to offer, because a business is literally an exchange value. But once you have that, you have everything you need to start making sales. One of the mistakes I see come up all the time is that people get stuck in the theory. Like, I need to learn this. I need to have the perfect offer with the perfect website, or else I can't put myself out there. Yes, learn as much as you can, but nothing beats taking action. Get out there. Start talking about what you have to offer, share what you know, and talk to people with the goal of genuinely trying to add value. That is basically all sales is. If you just do that a little every day, you will make more sales and be better at it than if you'd read 100 books on how to sell without actually doing it. The simplest way to build an online business is to break it down into building blocks. Once you have something of value to offer and have figured out how to sell it, it gets really simple. All your attention should be focused on getting in front of more people you can help, AKA your ideal clients. This is one of the few areas where I lucked out and did the right thing by accident, because I can only focus on about one main thing at a time. Once I figured out my initial offer, which for me was a coaching package, and how to present it so that people wanted it, I spent all my time on social media, which back then meant Facebook groups. This is not to tell you to use Facebook groups. Use whatever channel your ideal clients are using. What I am saying is to go all in on doing that. And even more importantly, do not get distracted by anything else. This is how I made my first 6 figures in just a few months. If you do just the 4 steps we just covered, this will get you to 6, maybe low 6 figures, and in the fastest, simplest way possible. My clients who go from struggling to 10K to 20K months, this is all we focus on. This is a great place to be, but it's also not our end goal if you want to make enough to have your dream life and take care of your loved ones. This is when you want to make an essential shift where you and your current time and expertise are no longer the main product that you're selling, but instead your main product is now your pre-packaged time and experience, likely in the form of a course, a group program, or a team that you train, because you only have so much time. That's why if you want to make more, you've got to take you and your time out as a limiting factor. It's scary. I didn't want to do it at first when I had to, but it's the next step you've got to take unless you want to stay stuck. I literally took my one-on-one coaching package and identified the steps and the things I was saying over and over to every single client. Then I put that content into a course and I turned it into a group program. So it doesn't have to be complicated. For the next 4 years, all I did was launch that program. I got really good at selling that one thing and also really good at delivering on it. That's how I had sales coming in on the front end and people getting amazing results and helping grow my reputation on the back end. And that is how I made my first 3 to 4 million with just 2 products. For most online service and information businesses, that is all you need to get to 7 figures. Way too many people overcomplicate it, which is why they don't get there. But this is one of those cases where it's simple, but not easy, because it is so easy to get distracted. You're probably going to want to create new products or try new strategies because you see something working so well for so-and-so. But this is where you've got to put your blinders on. Once you figure out what's working for you, keep on doing more of it, literally until it stops working. Once you pass 7 figures, you will have so much more time and resources to create new products and work on new strategies anyways. Not to mention the money to live your dream life and take care of your loved ones. I promise you, it is a lot more doable than it might feel right now. And if that feels hard to believe, watch my video here on how I made $106,000 in 4 months. You will learn the strategy and behind the scenes so that you can break 6 figures. Because you gotta do that first to get to 7 figures anyways.